Hello. Welcome to my weird little tour of the mangrove. I hope you can hear me properly, otherwise I'm going to have to mess around with some editing afterwards. But there's the Ceningan Divers boat. Hi boat. And here's the mangrove. So you can see the mangrove trees are here. You can clearly see the roots down there. And we're just going to take a little walk around, and I'll see if I can point out some of the things I've talked about already on the presentation. So I'm going to walk down the jetty back towards the resort. So we have these things here. These are one of the types of seeds that we see here in our little mangrove. These are also the ones that are the apples, but they don't taste very good. Apparently you can eat them. I have tried them. They're really, really bitter, but allegedly you can make a nice drink out of them. So who knows? Maybe I'll have to look up some proper recipes and see what happens. Then I'm going to walk it down a little bit further. So here's something that many of you might be familiar with if you've been to the resort before. These are the mangroves that we planted almost a year ago to kickstart our restoration project. These are the mangroves that have definitely done the best in terms of our mangrove project, but you know, we're learning every time we plant them to see which are the best places. It seems to be here at the moment. We have tried planting over there on the other side. We've tried planting down at the end of our jetty, but down at the end of the jetty didn't go too well, maybe because there was lots and lots of seaweed, maybe because of the currents. We don't really know. Unfortunately, a lot of the mangrove restoration project is very trial and error. But these ones, these are the these are the top gang. They're doing very, very well at the moment, and we hope that they will continue to grow. There's also a lot of crabs down there, which, if they're not too scared of me, I'll try and get down and show you a close look at the fiddler crabs a little bit later. But yeah, if we keep walking down. So here is another type of seed. This is the propagule, and these are the ones that we typically are planting in our mangrove restoration. They grow on the tree just like that. So you can see that when it's finished growing, it's going to drop down, rather like this one here. So this one has been dropped down for a little while actually. But here you go, this is one propagule. Normally they would drop off the tree and they would plant themselves. Obviously this isn't going to plant very well, but yeah, they would find themselves on the ground and start to grow where they are. Now you can also see on some of these older mangroves that they have root systems that stem off from the first branch. So yeah, it's just about the worst quality in the world. But here's one of the fiddler crabs that like to live in the mangrove. You can see he's just kind of munching on some nice little things on the ground, but they do have that one big claw that I talked about a little bit earlier. Very, very cute. There's some really bright blue ones that none of them are out right now, but they're definitely my favorites. Da, da, da. Gah. Okay, enough of the crab. Okay, and then I'm going to just take you over to our mangrove nursery. As you can see, there's some more wildlife over there in the form of chickens. But yeah, here's our mangrove nursery. So what we have here is an old jungle gym that was repurposed to be this lovely area for the mangroves. And then all the plant pots that the mangrove propagules are sitting in, propagules, and then all these bottles that the propagules are sat in, they are all little things that we found during our weekly cleanup. So we try and, you know, make this whole whole thing out of recycled materials. All the seeds are also from the local area, so there's no mangroves that aren't native to the area living around here. Then every day they are watered using the water from the ocean, so the water is just the same as it would have normally. These are the ones that we planted last. These are second to last, and then the ones that we've almost been growing for a year are these ones over here. So these ones over here we've been growing for extra long, just to try and give them as much chance as possible. Ooh, one last thing I forgot to tell you about the mangrove. Let's see if I can find one. So you see that yellow leaf over there? That's one of those sacrificial leaves that will take all of the salt and eventually drop off. But yeah, that's pretty much concludes the worst mobile tour of the mangrove ever. Back to the studio.